Welcome to the online video resources for head and neck by numbers. My name is Felicia Sigurd, and I am a dental hygienist and the author of Head and Neck by Numbers. I will also be your guide through the names, locations, and relationships outlined in the text. So let's start with how we use the text. It is very important that you do not write the names on the pictures. The whole point is that you're going to write the number that associates with the other page. So then you can flip it around with that coil binding and just look at the image and quiz yourself. So we'll go through, if you're looking at figure 1, the way it would work is I would say number 1 is superior, and on the screen will flash the image of what you need to color. Now, these videos were made to be short, so I'm not going to just stand here while you color, so feel free to pause me, color, and then start again. Now, we have to get something straight. I am not giving you the grade for this class. So if you find that there's a discrepancy between my book and what your teacher tells you, go with your teacher, okay? But other than that, I think that your teacher and I are both helping you to be a better student and learn anatomy in fun and interesting and hopefully helpful ways. Figure number 9 is the muscles of mastication. Number 1 is the mandible. As you can see, the mandible has been cut here in the ramus so that you can see the muscles that lie underneath. Number 2 is the masseter muscle. As you can see, it is also cut. The action of this muscle is to elevate the jaw, which also means closing the jaw. If a masseter has been overworked, you can actually feel it on the patient's jaw, and because they've been chewing too hard or perhaps clenching because of stress or temporomandibular disorder. Number 3 is the medial pterygoid muscle. This muscle also closes the jaw by elevating the mandible. Number 4 is the inferior head of the lateral pterygoid muscle. I think the lateral pterygoid is one of the hardest muscles of mastication. It's hard because it's difficult to imagine its actions. So I'm going to give you a secret weapon on all of your tests. Ready? Put them up. I'm serious, actually. Pull out your little guns. I want to see them. Where are your guns? Okay. So you're going to take your guns and you're going to make a mandible. So you've got your body, your angle, your ramus, a mandible. So what we're going to do is we're going to talk about where this muscle originates and inserts. The lateral pterygoid muscle originates on the sphenoid bone and inserts here on the ramus. So when that muscle contracts, it pulls the ramus forward. So get your mandible up here and let's contract right and left lateral pterygoid muscles. As they pull forward, your jaw is protruded. Yep. Then let's contract it a little farther and it opens your jaw. You know the first two actions, protrusion and opening of the jaw. The third one's a little more tricky. So you get your mandible up here again, and now we're going to deviate the jaw. The way you do this is you contract either the right or the left side. So let's contract the right side. Here it goes. To the right, moving forward, and it tips that jaw to the left. Let's try it with the other side. We're going to contract the left side, moves forward, and it deviates to the right. So you can always remember that whichever one is moving, it's going to deviate to the opposite side. Number 5 is the superior head of the lateral pterygoid muscle. It has the same actions as the inferior head, which would be to depress the mandible, opening the jaw, to deviate the mandible, or protrude the mandible. Number 6 is the styloid process. Number 7 is the zygomatic bone. It's been cut so you can see the muscles underneath it. Number 8 is the external acoustic meatus. Number 9 is the mastoid process. Number 10 is the temporalis muscle. It has been cut. It has two actions. The first is that it elevates the mandible to close the jaw, and it pulls the mandible backwards to retract the jaw. One more important thing to know about the muscles of mastication is that they are all innervated by the third branch of the trigeminal nerve.